everyone, welcome back to the Big Guy Garage. Big Guy. But anyway, we're starting a new project today. This is a 94 through 97 S10. This is not the project. The project is actually, this is going underneath a Studebaker truck. So, I've already started sort of tearing it down, you know, the hood's over here. Getting the fenders off, gotta get the core support out, bumpers off, deleting ABS, and all this stuff as, you know, as the project continues. Doors are already gone, bed's pretty much toast. Yeah, so that's what we're starting on today. But it seems like everything in it's, you know, relatively small. I don't know for sure. I can never say 100% sure, nobody can, if the heat and AC will work. It's all about the space on the donor. Or not the donor, but the actual project. The one I'm tearing apart's the donor. 4.3 auto Vortec. So it's, you know, it looks like it's TBI, but I could have swore 94 transformed to the CPI, that whatever that crap is, the port injected motor, you know, them ones suck with the spider injection. This one definitely looks like it's still TBI. That's a good thing. So, yeah. I'm going to continue tearing this down, and we'll see where we're at the end of the day. I'm going to bore you all the details of disassembly. You don't need to see it. I'll just show you a little bit here and there. But I'll flip the camera around and I'll show you what it looks like. What, you know, the whole truck. It's a pretty good truck. So, the guy I'm building for already had some really nice American racing. Pretty sure these are torque thrusts. Love them. Awesome rims. As I said, 94 through 97. 4.3. My cat's in the back seat. Chilling. Gotta get... ABS has gotta go. Cruise control's gotta go. Washer, overflow, gone. Battery's gotta come out. It's got a brand new radiator in it. I'll try to sell some of this stuff, but brand new radiator, core support. I got to keep the AC condenser. Bumpers got to come off. Both fenders. Doors are already gone. Both fenders are in good shape, by the way. This is the damage on the bed, so it's toast. Tailgate's alright, but I think we're going to turn this into a hauling bed. Put a old frame and a rear end under it and turn it into a hauling bed. The wood my mom's going to burn. She loves making fire. But all this dash has got to come out. Seats, all the interior plastics, because all this stuff's got to get cut. I'm going to try to save that rare solid glass back window. You know, if you, in a certain area, you have a hard time getting those. Sliders are everywhere. Front windshield is actually not bad either, but I don't think I'm getting that out of there without breaking it. What's up? What the problem is, Meowie? Just jump back down, buddy. You crazy? That's Malachi Black. See? You crazy? Cat's nuts. But I'm already started. Fender over there is almost completely off. We'll get this out next. It's dead, so I ain't worried about arcing anything out. And yeah, we'll go from there. We got to pull all the wipers out. Can't use them. But it'll be a pretty quick, fast project. What is your problem today? Huh, Meowie? What's your problem today, buddy? You want to say hello? Say hello. Tell him hello. He's weird. He always puts that paw up. But I'm going to get back to work now. Alright, so we're back. And the front clip's off. Why did it take so long? Well, honestly, I was working on my compressor. I'll show you what I did. If you're not following the TikTok, I have a car AC condenser in there to condense the hot air so I get better dry air. Along with a lot of filters, and there's a filter. But, yeah. Did all that. That took 3 days because plumbing mistakes and crap. But now that the front clip's off, ABS is gone, radiator, AC condenser. This had a factory oil cooler, which is new to me. Never seen an S10 with an oil cooler. It's weird. But everything else seems to be fine. Except for I just noticed somebody had cut this cooler line and put a hose on it and clamped it. That's going to leak for sure. I've got to redo all the fittings and combined the front with the two fronts and the back with the zone. So you got, if you look on here, these are probably your fronts and that's your rear. This is probably your front and that's probably your rear. So we'll cut them, combine them. ABS will be non-existent because who needs ABS anyway? Just one more crap you got to fix when it goes bad. But I'm going to get started ripping out the interior now. Dash has got to come out. Seats, roof's got to get cut off. Body's got to get cut off. So we'll start with this. We'll pull everything out of here. I don't have to be gentle, but I'm going to be halfway gentle. Probably going to be to death. But most of that stuff comes off pretty easily. The only thing with your body swap, if you're doing, okay, let's say you're doing a job rated. They're really skinny. Alright, you probably can't get your heat and AC in those trucks. You definitely can't get them in the 30s and 40s model. 50s model, maybe. I haven't done one on a 50s model yet, I'm remembering, but. So, hoping this is going to fit in the Studebaker. I don't know why these lights keep flickering. It's killing me. But, I don't know if it'll fit in the Studebaker yet. We'll see when I get the Studebaker here. But for now, dash has got to come out. Seats got to come out. Gauges got to get put up somewhere. All the little knickknacks got to get put up somewhere. Controls for the heat, controls for the lights. And, yeah. Then we will start cutting the body off. If I can, I don't know. I might see if anybody's interested in this windshield before I break it. If they're not, then I'll just cut it off and be done with it. Back window, definitely going to make sure and keep safe. These are getting kind of hard to find, the solid glass ones. Especially when they're rounded this way. But yeah, somebody's going to need that. I want to have it around when somebody does. So, let's start stripping the interior. And again, you don't want to see that boring crap. It's just pulling screws and pulling wiring. That's all it is. So, I'm just going to fly through it. What I'll start really recording for you guys is when I start fitting bodies and stuff like that. I might do some glamour shots cutting this body off. But other than that, let's just pull this dash and we'll get back to it from there. Alright, so I got the bed cleaned out. The interior is out. There is a lot of harness in this truck compared to the other ones. But what I'm doing right now is I'm waiting on a Sawzall. My buddy just gave me one, Scotty. You saw me work with him in the other videos way back. But right now, I'm going to concentrate on the ABS delete. And what that is I remove the ABS pump. Because ABS ain't going to mean nothing on here. So what we have is 1/4-inch lines and 3/16 lines. Now, when you're doing the ABS delete, what you're going to look for is the matching lines most of the time. So, this is your rear. It's usually the bigger one. For some reason, even though the rear brakes do less work. But, so, you're going to want to do 1/4 to 1/4. And what usually we do is we'll get a block or compression fittings and, you know, reroute them together. But on here, I think I can cut this line, cut the tube off of here, put the tube on here, reflare it, and just bolt it right back in. Awesome. Works good. That's how I like things to work. Now, unfortunately, the front, you're not going to be able to do that. Because why? Well, there's two front and one off of your proportioning valve. And the reason that is because it's feeding the left and right side. There's no blocks or nothing. Most GMs are this way. Now, some Dakotas, they go one into a block and feed off. So you might get lucky that way too and just buy a short piece of line, bend it. That's what we did on that little Red International. I was doing with Potter. I didn't film anything on that. But that's what we did on there. It's pretty easy. So what I'll do as far as the front lines go, I'll probably cut off most of the line here and take probably the most common size tube nut and go and get a distribution block for that, and that'll finish that. That'll be easy. It'll be the main line, which is here. It'll go into a block and out to these two. So that's how you basically delete ABS. You can do that on anything. Well, what are the benefits? Well, one, you don't have to ever worry about your ABS unit going bad. And two, you know, the ABS units are expensive. Plain and simple. They're expensive. The electronics can fail. The innards can fail. So those things are like $400. That's the only real benefit. The only thing that's a drawback is you just got to have a little bit softer foot and a little longer braking, because, you know, it'll lock them up. ABS won't lock up. It'll skid. It'll like skip. This, no ABS. You hit the brakes hard, it's going to lock up and slide. So that's the only bad thing. That's it. But most people drive real light-footed anymore. But that's what I'm going to work on now. I'm going to hammer that out, and then hopefully by then Scott will be back and I can go get the Sawzall, swing by a store and pick up some Diablo blades and start cutting this thing to pieces. I gotta get the bed off of it too. That ain't no big deal though. But let's do these brakes. Alright, I have finished the brake line. As you can see, just a little brass T in there. This one went right back to the bottom of the portioning valve. So now I'm starting my pre-cuts through here. You can see all the lines I marked going down through the top of the dash all the way around. I want to try to leave as much meat as I can on here because I don't exactly know what I can get rid of yet. Now this is going to be, well, it's basically down through here, but I'm going to take that off. Yeah, this whole piece will come off actually. All the way around down to the rocker, all the way back. I'm going to try my best to save this windshield. Why, I don't know, but I'm going to. All that's got to get cut out through the top. Same on the other side. But I've changed how I'm going to do it on this side because airbox is in the way. So I'm actually going to cut down here first and then around, and then I'm gonna cut from the inside to see what I can actually get away with cutting, because I know this is part of this airbox and I need to keep that for heat and AC. And you can see up there where I gotta cut. That's the majority of the cutting, is all of this. You know, if this was a Dakota, this would be over here instead of where here on the edge. But I can, you know, I can cut some of this off and then re-screw it up here and down here. But so it's a game of finding what will work and what won't right now. But it's a hefty one. It's got a lot of extra structure in it compared to the Dakotas. It is pretty beefy compared to a Dakota. A lot of this stuff is one unit in a Dakota, so there's a give and take here. You get probably a stronger, not to mention a Chevy product, which is always a good thing in my opinion. But the drawback is there's more wiring. The Dakota's heat and AC is smaller. It'll fit a little easier. So you just got to really know what you want. If you're wanting Chevy powered, you know, S10 has the ease of LS swapping. You know, there's tons of stuff for that. If you want to keep the 4.3, it's a great engine. if you're wanting to go small block TBI, it'd be pretty easy to convert. But yeah, you can do some cutting and try to get the windshield off. The back window, I'm going to try to keep it. These are glue-in back windows, unfortunately. The square bodies are just in with seals. So, yep, we'll just cut right along through there. After I cut out most of the back window, try to save as much as I can. I'm going to try to keep a lot of this firewall right here because a lot of the stuff bolts on here. And this overhang's pretty big. But for right now, I just want to cut that part and then I'll worry about the rest. So, while I was doing nothing, I said, you know what? Need to get the bed off. So now the bed's off. Yep. Not worried about the bed. It's beat up, banged. We're probably going to turn it into like a trailer. So, just stood it up, pushed it over, slid it outside. This truck is dirty birdie back here, though. Gosh, it's dirty. But that don't matter. Got nothing to do with me. Yeah, everything back here stays. I'm not touching any of this. I might take the spare tire holder off, and that'll be it. Everything else stays. It's all going to be part of the new truck body. Yep. Fuel tank. You know, is this steel? Yep. The ones in Dakotas from 94, I think it's 94. It's either 94 or 95, when they have the square body Dakotas, are all plastic. I mean, it's no big deal, but you get a little peace of mind when you're welding the body together and you're for sure knowing it's not going to melt through. I've had a couple of them do that. Not me, myself, but I've had some people. It's a very dangerous thing. Get a welding blanket. So, but that's fun. So, everything's off. I'm good to go. E-brakes will be getting cut off here. It's automatic. Don't need an e-brake. This is going to get cut, as I said, through there. Back body cut off right in front of the mounts. Or behind the mounts, however you want to say it, you know. Yeah, but as for today, I'm done. I'm ready to call it a day. I'm wicked nasty. Got the brakes done today. They still need bled, of course. I'll bleed them after everything's together. I need to pull the oil cooler still. All the front end stuff done. All the wiring's out of my way to cut. All of everything's out of the way to cut. I'll probably have to get an impact socket to pull these seat belts out, because my 3/8 is not taking it. Other than that, though, yeah, we're ready to cut body off, and after the body's cut off, we'll get the old body up here. You know, I wonder if rain will hurt any of this stuff. Because I'm thinking if I pull the old body in, pull it apart, well, that's pointless. Yeah, I'm just going to pull the old body apart outside. I'll move this bed before it gets here. I'll have to do some welding to the steering on it, because it's just like the heim joint right there, and it's cut. As I said, it's a custom frame, so when it gets up here, I'll have to adjust it some more. I'll probably run there Monday, get the steering shaft part off, bring it here, take some pipe, build like a rudimentary steering wheel on it so we can pull it up the hill here and then, you know, steer it. Because if we can't steer it, what's the point? We'll be screwed. Other than that, everything's going pretty smooth. I'm worried about the width, of course, because one, it's a Studebaker that I've never done, and two, it's an S10 this year, which I've never done. We actually did me and Scott did a 30, I think I want to say it's a 36 Chevy on an old model S10 4.3, and you couldn't run heat and AC in it. So, this is it for me today. I am done. This is probably it for the week. I might not do nothing tomorrow, but made good headway. And we'll start anew on Monday.